Hello everyone, this is Santiami Elaruasa, and for this video, I'm going to share to you about my reflection on racism. So what is racism? Well, racism is hate towards people simply because of their differences. It is the enemy of freedom and should be washed away from society. Racism continues to grow alongside the technological advancement and education. Racism can be defined as the belief that individual races or people have distinctive cultural features that are determined by the hereditary factors and hence make some races inherently superior to the others. The idea that one race has natural superiority than the others created abusive behavior towards the members of other races. Racism, like discrimination towards women, is a form of discrimination and prejudice. As what happened to Creuza Oliveira? Well, she was also a victim of racism in her past life, being a domestic worker in Brazil. According to her real life story, she was born in an unwealthy workers with no schooling. She began life as a domestic worker in Bahia, which when she was a mere 10 years old. Yeah, 10 years old. 10 years old who unable to balance work and school. She had to pick work and drop out of school numerous times. At work, Oliveira would be beaten and taunted whenever she broke something. She is often called a lazy, monkey, even nigger, and it really hurts hearing these words. Despite of um, despite of working hard just to justify the needs of her master or boss, the physical and psychological abuse was compounded by sexual abuse from the young men in the household where she worked. To top, to top it all of Oliveira was not paid. As for her, she only started to receive a salary as a domestic worker when she was 21 years old. She told a gathering of the sidelines of the Durban Review Conference at the United Nations headquarters in Geneva. Until that age, her payment was in used clothes and food. She did not have a right to vacation or any basic worker's right. At the age of 14, her employers took her to Sao Paulo to work without any authorization from her relatives in Bahia. Well, such was Oliveira's life until she heard on the radio about meetings of domestic workers fighting for their rights. She attended one meeting and thus began her evolution from a suffering young woman with low confidence into a leadership that fights for the rights of blacks. Yeah, from the rights of the blacks women, for women and for domestic workers. Well, according to her, almost half a million domestic workers in Brazil are children and teenagers between 5 and 17 years of age working without compensation as slaves. But due to her confidence to fight for her rights to be treated well, um, for the rights of every domestic helper, she became the president of the National Federation of Domestic Workers in Brazil and active in the unified black movement of the women's movement. And now in Brazil, domestic workers are guaranteed by law rest days and vacation days as well as job security for pregnant women. Employers are prohibited from deducting housing and food expenses from their salaries. And there is construction of public housing for domestic workers, yes. And legislation prohibiting domestic work for children and teenagers under 18 years of age has also been recently signed into law by the President Oliveira. It is the living proof that women can empower those people who were abusive and doesn't care what will be the result of their doings. In this world, we really can't avoid discrimination or being abused or even being victim of a racism. All we need to do is fight for our rights, defend ourselves for those people who really is abusive.